And now, back to Walt Disney Presents, right here on Disney.
Within the castle's winding corridors, medieval rooms, and its dungeon, a new adventure awaits visitors. For here, dramatic scenes from the story of Sleeping Beauty are brought to life. The castle moat is ideal for swans, but sometimes boats disturb their dignity. Model club members find Disneyland's waterways interesting proving grounds for their craft. These scale models are maneuvered by remote control. Across the plaza from Fantasyland is the entrance to Adventureland. It leads us to an exciting river journey through mysterious tropical jungles. From this last outpost of civilization, explorers' launches push off into the unknown. On this trip, Junior is leading the way, guided by its model club skipper. The unexpected awaits us at every bend of the river. Realism has always been our primary goal, and these hippos are typical examples of the skill of our craftsmen. This is the busiest jungle in the world. In fact, as many as 20,000 people a day have enjoyed its wonders and excitement. Like any jungle, Adventureland is expanding and growing. We're adding huge carnivorous plants and giant tropical butterflies. Gorillas, water buffalo, and other big game will prowl through the dense undergrowth. And to the beat of tom-toms, savages will do their war dances. From Adventureland's uncivilized jungles, it's but a few steps across the plaza to Tomorrowland, where man's dreams of the future become the realities of today. At Tomorrowland's entrance, this world clock shows the exact time for any place on Earth. In this miniature aerodrome, planes of the future are tested by expert model builders. One of Tomorrowland's latest attractions is the Astro Jet flight. And once you take off, you can pilot your ship through all the thrilling maneuvers of a real jet. With a little practice, the old game of follow the leader can be played in this modern manner. Autopia is the safest of all superhighways. Here, future motorists learn good driving habits and have fun doing it. Autopia is always on the move. In fact, the mileage already traveled by these little cars equals 21 trips around the world. This Tomorrowland adventure is a favorite with all youngsters. One of our recent developments is the Skyway. It's a pleasant ride between Tomorrowland and Fantasyland and offers a bird's-eye view of all the realms. Leaving the world of the future, Skyriders glide into an enchanted land of make-believe. Passing over Captain Hook's pirate ship recalls a view often seen by Peter Pan. At the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, the whole family can get in the whirl. Or they can experience a flight of fancy on Dumbo, the little flying elephant. The Skyway was built especially for us in Switzerland. And so we designed this Swiss chalet for its Fantasyland terminal. railway's inauguration festivities, Swiss alpine dancers added color and gaiety to the happy occasion. Monstro the whale is another newcomer to Fantasyland, and through his cavernous jaws, obligingly held open, we float into a new adventure, Fantasyland's miniature world, where fairy tales come true. This is Storybook Land, and the three little pigs are permanent residents here. These are their houses, the one of straw, the one of sticks, and of course the one of wolf-proof bricks. Mr. Water Rat's riverbank house, Mr. Toad's mansion, and Moley's diggings recalls the story of Wind in the Willows. Cinderella's castle, with its tower clock stopped at the hour of midnight, overlooks the forest cottage of Snow White in the Seven Dwarfs. Casey Jr. also travels through Storybook Land and offers another view of this enchanted world. This miniature English oak shades the house of the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. All these dwarf trees and miniature flowers were carefully selected to maintain exact scale in Storybook Land's many settings. Up ahead lies the Swiss-Italian Alps and Pinocchio's village. Here in Geppetto's toy shop, Pinocchio first came to life. From the land of fantasy, it's but a short walk into Frontierland and our country's historic past. Here is a land of log forts and western towns, of pioneer trails and cowboys and Indians. Back in those days, the law of the six-shooter kept the peace, and sometimes disturbed it. Square dance clubs find Frontierland an ideal setting for their outings, and they're greeted in typical Western fashion.
Now swing 'em high and swing 'em low, swing that gal in calico. It's a heel and toe and away you go, your new gal and my new beau. Now the gents to the center and back to the bar, gals to the center with a Texas star. Now the gals sweep out and the gents sweep in and form the Texas star again. Here we go with the old mess wagon. It's the hind wheel broke and the axle dragging. Rope your cow and brand your calf. Turn your honey about once and a half. Now the hub flies out and the rim flies in. Turn the old wagon wheel again.
The covered wagons and stagecoaches are leaving for trips across the Painted Desert. There's even a mule train ride for these hardier pioneers. Another way to see the Painted Desert is from the mine train, which loads at Rainbow Ridge. This narrow gauge railway is one of Frontierland's latest attractions. This natural bridge solves a desert traffic problem nicely. Here's a hitchhiker that no one wants to pick up. Even the Seven Dwarfs are represented among these prickly plants. Nature never loses her sense of balance here at Disneyland. Well, not completely, that is. long shortcut through Rainbow Caverns is a breathtaking sight. Here, brilliantly colored cascades, waterfalls, and streams gush from the subterranean walls. From the mine train to the Disneyland Railway is but a short distance. These two iron horses are exact replicas of the old-timers of a century ago. The Disneyland Railroad is a sightseer's and camera fan's dream, for it circles the entire perimeter of Disneyland. But we'll ride the rails just long enough to see a panorama of Frontierland. The Indian Village is a permanent and popular attraction. Braves from many tribes are represented here. This is the Drum and Feather Club, here for their traditional ceremonies. These tribal dances and centuries-old customs have been handed down from generation to generation. Such groups help fulfill the purpose for which Frontierland was intended, the perpetuation of our country's heritage. Queen of Frontierland's big river is the Mark Twain. This romantic stern-wheeler is brand new, the only one of her kind to be built in the last 60 years. To date, she has carried over 2 million passengers. Around every bend in the river, dramatic scenes of pioneer days come into view. This settler's cabin flames continuously, but it never burns down. And this lifelike warrior greets all boats. Like her ancestors, this squaw works ceaselessly from morning till night. Even the wildlife here reacts naturally and on cue at the approach of sightseers. Suspension bridge on Tom Sawyer's legendary island is our first sign of civilization. And as we pass Huck Finn's fishing hole, we return to the teeming, gay activity of Frontierland's Rivertown.